Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. I was a teaching instructor there. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. I've worked all type of tax. Matter of fact, I wrote a best-selling book on Amazon about IRS settlements. I don't peddle the book, just showing you I wrote a book. I don't know why, but it looks good. Anyway, if you owe estate and gift taxes, I used to handle these cases with the IRS. Many times there's legal problems, there's complications. How is IRS going to work this debt? Well, when I was at IRS, these cases would be dumped on me, and they're a little different type of cases to work because you'd go ahead and let's see, were there any filings? Was there a tax return filed? You'd want to know what was in the estate at the time of death. Was there a gift issued? If this tax wasn't paid, my job was to go ahead and follow the money, what happened to the money. So usually what I'd do, I'd see if any tax returns were filed, a decedent return, and then if there were assets there, my job was to follow that asset. It happened to me. I'll give you an example. There was an estate and gift tax return that I had that was filed as an estate, and there I noticed that the tax wasn't paid. And the people lived in a really nice area, and I went out and I talked actually to the person who was the administrator, and I said, he was kind of doing a lot of maneuver. I said, hey, you're the administrator here, and there's some tax owed. Can you tell me? Oh, well, there's nothing there. Oh, really? There's nothing there. Okay, do you have a financial statement at the time of death? He goes, well, not really. I said, were any checks written for the assets? Well, not really. Did you have an attorney? Well, kind of, but not really. So anyway, this person was kind of iffy and fishy and all that. So what I did is I did some research, and I find out that the decedent at the time of death had 3 vehicles registered in their name. Well, what happened is the person really didn't want to tell me, so I summoned the checking accounts of the administrator. I was just curious what was there. Sure enough, I found that this person had a number of warehouses. So I actually went to the warehouse, and nobody was there. There were 3 large bays. So I just was so lucky. I just happened to find one of the bays next to him. Somebody was there. They were moving stuff or whatever. And I said, hey, do you know what's in these bays? This was just random. He says, oh yeah, man, they got the neatest muscle cars you've ever seen. I said, really? So I checked the DMV report of the person of the decedent. Sure enough, the decedent had 3 muscle cars at the time of their death, and guess where the asset wound up? Yeah, so if you have assets and you are the administrator or executrix, whatever you are, and you were one of the receivers of a person's will or estate, IRS can follow that up. I would have been the person to follow that up. So if you have to pay the tax, work out a deal with IRS, do anything with IRS. I'm a former agent. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. So I'm available for representation. That's my dog. It's a Belgian. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. I will tell you exactly what's going to happen and exactly how to protect yourself. Give me a subscription or pass this on. Estate, and these estate cases, they're just different than most cases they are. So no matter whether you're estate, gift, whatever you have, if you have any IRS tax problem, I've worked all these cases. I worked at IRS for a decade. So anyway, give me a call. If not, just protect yourself. Know that IRS, if it's a large case, are going to do some due diligence and try to track any assets down. That's the job of the revenue officer. So when the tax is first owed, the case is at the service center, but when the case keeps drifting along, a revenue officer like me will be picking up the case, doing investigative work. So anyway, thank you. Don't forget for the subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you.